Hello everyone, I am Joseph Vitello, the senior class president. Will everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now please remain standing for the national anthem, sung by Haley Gant.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's bright glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Melissa McCooley, Superintendent. The staff of the Pinelands Regional School District have worked tirelessly to make this event memorable for our graduates and their families. I would like to extend my sincerest thank you to each and every one of them. I would also like to thank board member Rachel Harper for joining us today. It has been an extensive journey getting to this point, to say the very least. Fortunately, your journey in life is just beginning. Take the lessons you have learned as a wildcat and make a significant impact on the world. In such an uneasy time period, your tenacity and perseverance is a tool that will ensure success in your endeavors. As I have stated numerous times, I am extremely proud of all of you. Through it all, you remained optimistic and never succumbed to the negative wrath continually conveyed in the media. I have never been prouder to be a wildcat, and you should feel the same way. Now it is time to move forward. The world needs you. Congratulations to the class of 2020. You are amazing. And now, Principal Troy Henderson.
Welcome, graduates, families, and friends. Thank you, Dr. McCooley and Class President Joseph Vitello and Haley Gant for opening our ceremony. Obviously, this is not a traditional graduation ceremony, but this hasn't been a traditional school year. While my first year as a principal of the high school didn't go according to plan, I would not have traded this opportunity to meet these amazing young men and women for anything. Over the years, they have demonstrated a grace and maturity beyond their years. They have leaned on each other, lifted each other up, laughed, and learned together, always making the best of any situation. They are an inspiration to us all, and I am honored to recognize them today. So can we give them a round of applause? this time, I would like to acknowledge our top academic students. So if you are at this graduation ceremony and you hear your name, please stand. Number 10, Elizabeth Ann Makar. Number 9, Adam P. D'Ambrosio. Number 8, Madeline B. Johnston. Number 7, Dana Jasmine Scapati. Number 6, Jenna Lynn DeSimone. Number 5, Samantha Klein. Number 4, Sharon Elizabeth Benson. Number 3, Jessica Catherine Paul. Now please welcome our salutatorian, Brittany Nicole DeFeo.
Round 2. Hello everyone, I'm Brittany DeFeo and I'm honored to be here before you to give a commencement speech. First and foremost, I'd like to thank everyone who has supported us throughout our high school career and has made Pinelands Regional unforgettable. Parents and guardians, family, friends, academic adjudicators, faculty, administration, alumni maintenance, and student resource officers. All of these individuals make up the community that inspires us to believe in the improbable. We thank you and we love you. Most importantly, I'd like to show gratitude to God, who has been my hope, strength, and salvation. Now, to my fellow graduates. Allow me to take you through the unimaginable expedition of our times as Wildcats. The year is 2017. We're nervous, eager, excited. We've longed to be a part of high school, and we were finally there. Though anxious as sophomores, we started getting the hang of things until our school got shut down for the first of many times. Our routine involved going to school for 4 hours and posing for news reporters right after dismissal. Who knew asbestos was that intriguing? For most of us, split sessions brought experience, and for some of us, it meant stage 1 senioritis. By grade 11, we were doubtful and pessimistic. Who wants to spend their junior year in a rented trailer? At least the fights every day made our stay at the middle school a little less mundane. Even if we were sometimes divided, we were still united in school together as a class. Fast forward to senior year. We were finally back in the building where we began our journey, but with every beginning comes new ends. Here comes the last first day, the last day, the last homecoming prom, the last high school play, sports game, and assembly. Even things that some of us were looking forward to throughout our high school careers, such as senior trip. A plethora of things that were dear to us were canceled. Just short of 3 months before finishing came Friday, March 13th, which would come to be our last day of high school. Our struggle truly was a Friday the 13th nightmare. The last 3 months were supposed to be the most fun, the most exciting, months that were torn away from us, but that doesn't mean that our class is any less united than the previous years. Just because things are a little different right now doesn't mean that all the memories we've made fade away. Mark these words, COVID-19 will not stand in the way of your hopes and dreams. Things will improve, and so will you. Graduating in the midst of a global pandemic is all new to us, but the accommodations made for the class of 2020 will not go unnoticed. While most of us finished strong, others have not logged into Google Classroom since March. A lack of success only becomes failure when you allow it to defeat you. Failure is something to learn from, not run from. High school does not define you and your truest potential. Being named the person who performed the best on their schoolwork is a good example of how someone can be both a winner and a loser at the same time. All this title means is that I was good at taking tests, but that by no means makes me any better than the rest. Pride is the burden of a foolish person. Never allow your ego to be bigger than your heart. Graduation is not defined by a cap, a gown, or a sheet of paper, but the significance it possesses. A graduation ceremony, also called commencement, literally means the mark of a new beginning. This is our initiation into the real world. We are walking into the real world, not the real world like our first day of high school or our first AP exam, but the real world where we are going to be the only ones to look out for ourselves. For the last 18 years, each fall has come a hand to pick us up. With each stumble comes someone to push us forward. The comfortable safety net of our youth ends now. Behind us are all your memories. Before you are all your dreams. There are many things I don't know. I don't know what hardships you've overcome to get to our graduation day, but there is one thing I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. Dreams may last forever, but time does not. Prohibit yourself from being a follower, fuel your passion, and fulfill your mission by the insatiable desire to be the best version of yourself. There's no better time than now. Despite the odds, we still managed to graduate. My advice to you all is this: don't focus on the fun that we could have had, but rather on the opportunities and experiences that await us in our upcoming lives. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you all the very, very best. Congratulations, class Once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat.
Thank you, Brittany, and congratulations. I would like to now introduce our class of 2020 valedictorian, Rachel Nicole Germain.
I would like to begin by congratulating my fellow classmates of the class of 2020. We did it. We made it through the 4 years of education that is high school. Oftentimes, people ask, does high school teach students what they really need to know? Do we leave with the knowledge necessary to take on the next chapter of our lives? This is an important question considering how much time and effort has been put into these past 4 years. I've been thinking about this, and while I don't know if every high school fully prepares their students, I hope to convince you that we, the Pinelands class of 2020, have all of the knowledge necessary to take on the next chapter. Now, I'm not talking specifically about academic knowledge, though I do believe we also have that, but we have acquired some special life skills that I think not everyone realizes we have. I've always heard students and teachers say, this class is the best class, and I truly believe that we are. This group of over 200 students is the most amazing, accepting group I've ever seen. Athletes are friends with thespians, who are friends with scholars, who are friends with musicians, and I think that's beautiful. Here, we learned how to be accepting of everyone and embrace diversity. This is a crucial lesson for our future. We've been through extraordinary circumstances, obviously. The Pinelands class of 2020 did not have one full year in the high school, but we persevered. We adapted to learn with a split schedule in 10th grade. We found ways to host events in the middle school last year, and we completely rearranged our lives to overcome a pandemic and learn online for the remainder of our senior year. We lost our senior trip, prom, Mr. Pinelands, field day, powder puff, and so much more, but we all recognize the fact that we are lucky to be here and healthy, so instead of dwelling, we overcame. Here, we learned how to adapt and overcome obstacles, and I think this is one of the most important lessons, because I promise, life's not gonna stop throwing us curveballs. The class of 2020 had incredible school spirit. As freshmen, we were disqualified from our first pep rally because instead of sitting in silence like most freshman classes, we threw back the things the seniors were throwing at us. So we were disqualified, which yes, isn't technically fair, but we didn't let it bother us. We had so much fun. And we continued to do this at all of the school events, including every sports event, pep rally, performance, and more, throughout all of our 4 years. In this, we learned to be passionate about everything we do. This passion, if we hold on to it, will bring success to us all. Throughout our high school experience, we all learned to work for the things that we really wanted. I worked for my grades and to be in the position I am in now. Athletes worked for their skills, performers worked to perfect their craft, club members worked to succeed in their events and contributions. In this, we learned that anything is possible if you work hard enough for it. Please take this lesson with you and know that you can achieve anything you put your mind to. Finally, on a more personal level, I learned how to balance different aspects of my life. Maintaining my grades while being in 13 clubs and activities, performing in all of the Pinelands thespian shows, working and having a social life seemed a bit overwhelming at times, and I know you can all relate. But I learned how to find the perfect balance so one thing didn't take up all of my energy. I think we all need to carry this lesson with us and remember to balance all the things going on in our lives. We won't be happy if we don't. So yes, I believe this class of 2020 absolutely has all of the knowledge necessary to succeed in our future. Now, we may not know how to do our taxes and things like that, but our social tendencies taught us to accept everyone and embrace diversity. Our extraordinary circumstances taught us to adapt and overcome. Our overwhelming school spirit taught us to be passionate about everything we do. Our dedication taught us to work hard for what we want. And finally, our involvement taught us to balance the different aspects of our life. If we take all of these lessons with us, we have an incredible opportunity to succeed. And I know us, and I know that's exactly what we will do. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for each and every one of you, and I am confident that we all have the knowledge and skills necessary to make a real change in this world. Thank you, and good luck, Wildcats.
Thank you, Rachel, and again, congratulations. Please welcome our senior class advisors, Ms. Leanne Lacuter and Mr. Joe Rock, for the calling of the roll.
Good evening, parents. Jillian Maher. Noelle Judith Mahan. Alexandra R. Marr. Martin Meyer. Elizabeth Ann McCarr. Jack Hayden Marlowe. Brittany Martinez Reyes. Leslie Martinez Reyes. Avery Isaac Maskey. Taylor Ciara Massey. Gaetano John Matarazzo. Anna Marie Matina. Christopher Joseph Matuzak. Thomas James May. Erin Danielle McCloskey. Michelina Nancy McDermott. Anna McGee. Sadie McGee. Fiona Maeve McGettigan. Ryan Robert McGowan. Olivia Rose Mina. Jessica Ann Mignon.
Justin Miner. Eliana N. Moody. John Christopher Morin. Alexa Marie Mugen. Caitlin A. Murdoch. Gianna Marie Nappy. Creed Nass. Haley Corinne Nutt. Alyssa Nicole O'Brien. Bryce Patrick O'Rourke. Yomar Ojeda. Get a picture. Kaylin Taylor Christie Otten. Gerard Lewis Palmieri. David Mark Paloff. William Dominic Parker. Anthony Frederick Pasterak. Robert Thomas Patch. Jessica Catherine Paul. Kira Paul. Timothy Jordan Pfeiffer. Tyler Francis Piazza.
Corey Anthony Percio. Destiny A. Pomponio. Erin Leah Pomponio. Sinuel Powell. Madison Victoria Price. Kyle Joseph Princiati. Brianna Quigley. Michaela Quigley. Vincent Edward Rapallo. Michael A. Reed. Erin Elizabeth Riley. Jenna Elizabeth Riley. Jennifer Reyes. Isabel Hope Ricardo. Congratulations. Ashley Marie Rinaldi. Brandon Tyler Rinaldi. Benjamin Nicholas Rivera. Titus Louis Troy Rivera. Ethan Thomas Roberts. Alyssa Yvette Rodriguez. Aiden Ray Rollison.
Gabrielle Helen Rollison. Nolan James Rollison. Wayne R. Rollo. Hannah C. Rommel. Sebastian Rosario. Madison R. Rotundo. Sanchez. Brianna Elizabeth Sandella. Yenselin Santiago. Angel Santos. Caden M. Sarnelli. Dana Jasmine Scapati. Ethan Shadenwald. Ryan Shadenwald. Samantha D. Schnack. Daniel Nathan Schneitzer. Ariana P. Schwartz. Celeste Ann Soroya. Samantha R. Sesta. What? Be careful. Be careful with that. Tessa Shoemaker. Samantha A. Sikora.
Ryan Ski. Good job, Ryan. Jamie E. Shrepak. Get your Amber Smith. Brian Tanner Smith. Nope. Abby Lee Suey. Dean R. Staines. Matthew Brian Steffens. Victoria R. Stites. Jacob Sutton. James Sutton. Madison Page Seisel. Sharon D. Torres. Quadir N. Hollington. Good job. Timothy N. Towns. Matthew Thomas Truen. Christopher Tyler. Gina L. Van Orden. Nicholas S. Vasquez. Stephen J. Vitale. Joseph A. Vitello. Lance Vreeland.
Theodore R. Walker. James K. Wick. Edward D. Wilkinson. Thomas Williams. Maggie Michelle Winder. James A. Winks. Christian Colleen Wolski. Austin Yang. Megan C. Euro. Jolene Zachariah. Tyler Ann Zadroga. Timothy C. Zamora. James A. Zazinski. Connor E. Zito. Brittany Martinez. Leslie Martinez.
At this time, please welcome Student Government President Emily English for the turning of the tassel.
My fellow graduates, please rise for the turning of the tassel. At this time, please move your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left side. The turning of the tassel symbolizes your move from high school student to high school graduate. As you move into this new stage in life, let this tassel be a reminder of your success and a symbol of hope for things to come. Congratulations, class of 2020 graduates.
All right, seniors, please remain standing. I would like to thank all of you attending. Parents, please exit the stands after the graduates depart the field and meet them by the ticket booth. Be sure to take your lawn signs, and before you leave, I have just one more thing to say. Dr. McCooley, I certify that the students before you have met the requirements mandated by Pinelands Regional School District and the state of New Jersey. It is with great pleasure that I present the Pinelands Regional Class of 2020.